Hi guys, now we will see the next topic, combinations with repetitions. So let me explain this topic with an example, and we will also see how this combination with repetitions is different from the combination which we study with permutation, that permutation combination. Okay, we'll see that. So what will I do? A person, consider some person, he wants to select some 10 cans of soda, okay, from a cooler. So what all the things are available? Coke is available and Pepsi is there, Sprite. Okay, so these are the available brands. Now and don't worry how many are available, enough quantities are available. He wants anyway 10. So each of these are available more than 10 quantities. Okay, more than 10 cans are there in each quantity, in each category. Okay, so now the first thing is how he can select 10 cans of soda. Maybe the first one is he will select 3 Coke and 4 Pepsi and then 3 Sprite. This is one possibility. Maybe he can select 2 Coke, some 6 Pepsi and then 2 Sprite. Or maybe he will select 5 Coke, Pepsi he is not selecting, then 5 Sprite. Okay, so these are some possibilities. There are so many more possibilities also, right? You agree? Maybe he will take 1 1 8, maybe 0 0 10, maybe 0 10 0, maybe 1 0 9. Too many possibilities are there. Now the thing is, how many possibilities are there, that we will see. Now if I want to write the total here, okay, you can check if I write totally whether it has become 10. If I write like 1 1 1 form, it will be just 3 ones and then 4 ones and again 3 ones. So if I write this, that also will become 2 ones, then 6 ones, then 2 ones. So everywhere 10 ones will be there. If I just write 1 1 1 1 1 1 10 times, nobody will understand how many Coke, how many Pepsi, how many Sprite the person has taken. So what will we do now? Anyway, totally 10 are there. Okay. So total 10 ones are there. So now every case, here also 10 ones, here also 10 ones, here also 10 ones. Okay. So what will I do now? I will represent it as, first he has taken 3 Coke, you can check. Then there is a transition from Coke to Pepsi. 0 represents the transition. Next, Pepsi he has taken 4. Okay. Next there is a transition from Pepsi to Sprite. 2 zeros. Next, 3 Sprites are there. Right. So this clearly says, first category he has taken 3 cans. Then there is a transition to the second category. Then 4 cans here, then again a transition because 0 is there, then 3 cans. Similarly, second one can be written as 2 ones. You can check 2 ones. Then transition, then 6 ones, transition, 2 ones again. Okay. Similarly, the last one also you can check, 5 ones are there. Then there is a transition to Pepsi. From Pepsi he has not taken any can. Again there is a transition, right, to Sprite. Again there are 5 ones. Now in each of these representations, one thing that you can notice is there are 10 ones because 10 cans he has taken. There are 10 ones and there are 2 zeros. Why exactly 2 zeros here in every representation? Because totally there are 3 categories. One from Coke to Pepsi, one transition. Pepsi to Sprite, one more transition. So obviously 2 zeros will be there. Okay. Now how can we write the number of such representations? Totally 10 ones must be there, 2 zeros must be there. In how many ways can we do it now? That's the question. So in this example, totally including ones and zeros, there are totally 12 positions, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Obviously because 10 ones, 2 zeros. totally 12 positions are there. Now the question is, out of 12 positions, in how many ways can we select 2 positions for zeros? Or in how many ways can we select 10 positions out of 12? That is for ones. Okay, so 12 C 10. Number of ways of selecting 10 positions out of 12. Those 10 positions are for ones. So the remaining 2 are for zeros. Or you can also write it as, in how many ways can we select 2 positions for zeros? Remaining 10 positions will be for ones. So obviously now you must be thinking whether we should use this formula or this formula, but these two formula are same, right? 12C10 is equal to 12C2 because NCR is equal to NCN minus R. Okay, so this is about this example. In general, what happens we will see now. Okay, in general, suppose we have some we have some n categories. Here we have 3. In general, if we have some n categories and we have to select our objects. Here are cans. Okay, in this particular example, what we have done in this, n value is 3. Okay, 3 categories are there and he wants to select 10 cans, so R is equal to 10. So when n was 3, R was 10, the formula was 12C2. Either you can choose this or you can choose this. First we will write it in this form. Okay, so 12C2, what is the 12? N plus R, 10 plus 3 minus 1. Because though there are 3 categories, finally transition are 2. Okay, that's how actually we got 12. So totally we want 10 objects and transitions are 2. So that's how we got 12. So it was 10 plus 3 minus 1, 13 minus 1, 12. So in general, we can take n plus r minus 1, c, okay, 2. 10c2. What is that 2? 2 is nothing but transitions. So totally n objects, n categories are there, 3 categories are there, so 2 transitions. So it is n plus r minus 1, c n minus 1. Correct? N minus 1, totally as I said 3 categories. So we have 2, 2 is nothing but 3 minus 1, 2. Okay? Or if we want to write it in this form, what it will be? If it will be, this number will be same, n plus r minus 1 will be same. So n plus r minus 1, c 10. What is that 10? 10 is nothing but number of objects we want. Number of objects in general, it is r. So n plus r minus 1, c r. Okay, both the formulas will give you the same answer because of this property. I think this is easy to remember. N plus r minus 1 c r, it's always easy to remember. So I will be using this formula for doing problems. Okay, now the thing is, this formula gives the answer for this kind of problems where there are n categories and r objects, and we have to select a combination of r objects. It may be with repetition because you can see we can take 3 here. It's not that 1 Coke, 1 Pepsi, 1 Sprite. It's not like that. Okay, because if there were like 3 boys and 2 girls, and if it is selecting 1 boy and 1 girl, that is different. But here it's totally I want these many. Any number from boys, any number from girls is okay for me. Okay, that kind of, maybe I can select 3 boys and 0 girls, or I can select 2 boys and 1 girls. Okay, so different combinations are there. So it is that kind of thing. Okay, so n plus r minus 1 cr, it gives the formula. Suppose we wish to select with repetition a combination of r objects from a set of n distinct objects. See, Coke, Pepsi, Sprite, these are distinct ones. These are categories. Okay, I want r objects. I won't say whether Coke out of 100, whether I select first bottle or the 7th one or the 100th one. That does not matter for me. Totally it matters how many of Coke I am selecting, right? So R objects from a set of n distinct objects. The number of such selections is given by this formula. See, this is the formula, and just now I wrote this n plus r minus 1 CR. This can also be written as C of n plus r minus 1 comma r. Okay, notations are same. This or in some books they may also use this notation. This is also same. Okay, these all representations are for the like they represent the same thing. They represent the same. Okay. Now the same formula, it also represents the number of ways in which r identical objects can be distributed among n distinct containers. Say for example, I have box 1, okay, and I have box 2. Two boxes are there. These are two different boxes, two distinct boxes. What do I want to do now? I want to put 5 1 rupee coins. Okay, 5 all are 1 rupee coins which look identical. In how many ways can I do the distribution? So either I can put all 5 coins here, or I can put all 5 coins here. So or I can put 3 here, 2 here. Okay, 1 4 4 1. Okay, 2 3. Too many different possibilities are there. It does not matter out of 5 coins whether I am putting first coin here, second coin here. Totally how many coins I am putting here and how many coins I am putting here. Okay, so that is also given by the same formula, exactly same formula, where there are r identical objects, r is equal to 5, and n distinct containers, n is equal to 2 because 2 containers are there. Okay, don't get confused with n value. Usually we take n for objects. Okay, here object but in a different sense, that means container in this case, and here it is n categories are objects we are selecting. Okay, next the same formula you can see, it also represents the number of non-negative integer solutions of the equation x1 plus x2 plus etc. up to xn is equal to r. That means, say for example, I have an equation like this, x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to maybe some 7. Okay, now how many solutions exist for this equation? So here you can see n value is 3 and r value is 7. x1 plus x2 etc. up to xn, n is 3, r is 7. So one possibility is it can be x1 can be 0, x2 0, x3 7. Or it can be 0 6 1, or it can be 6 0 1, or it can be 7 0 0, or it can be 2 2 3, right? So many solutions are possible, and we are not finding negative solutions. We are not taking like minus 1 9, 9 plus minus 1 is 7. No, we are not taking negative solutions. We are finding non-zero solution, non-negative solutions. So how many such solutions exist? Even that is given by the same formula. So formula is one, it's doing 3 different things, right? One for selection from 3 categories, objects from different categories. Other is for, we want to put identical objects in distinct containers. There also we use the same formula by taking r objects and n containers. We also use it for finding non-negative solutions of this kind of equation, x1 plus x2 plus etc. up to xn equals r. Okay, and its number of non-negative solutions. Okay, non-negative integer solutions. We won't take 0.2 here, 0.8 here and then 6. No, integer solutions. Okay, so that's about combinations with repetitions. We will do problems on this during our online classes. Thank you guys. Bye.